What's up, everybody? This is Fred Richani of TSC News, here to quickly recap UFC 198. We have a new UFC World Heavyweight Champion. His name is Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic knocked out Fabricio Werdum in round number 1. Huge right hand while going backwards. I repeat, going backwards. He got rocked by Werdum. Werdum decided to do the running man dance and run right at him. You'd think, okay, Werdum rocked him a little bit. He could have been a little patient. Or you know what? If you wanted to run at him, why not dive? Dive for a shot. Take him down. Something. No. He ran at him. He got rocked with a right hand. Straight up knocked out cold. Just blam. Face planted. Stipe hit him with a couple more shots on the ground. And it was all over. That was as decisive as a victory as you can get in a championship fight. And Stipe Miocic, the man from Independence, Ohio, Cleveland's own, he now is a world champion. So I don't want to hear anybody from Cleveland bitching about not having titles. I know that Cleveland documentary about all of Cleveland's bad luck aired on ESPN at the same time as UFC 198, okay? I don't care if you don't even follow MMA, okay? You can't bitch about not having a champion until after the NBA Finals when the Cavs lose to the Warriors again, okay? Calling it now. Anyway, it was a fun fight while it lasted. Not so fun for Fabricio Werdum, but a fun fight while it lasted. And I just want to say one thing. Well, a couple things. One, Stipe Miocic is a man. He has rapidly improved since his loss to Stefan Struve a few years ago by TKO. Knocked out Arlovski, ready to step up to the plate in Curitiba, Brazil. Over 40,000 people, I think 45,000 people in that stadium wanting him to lose. For him to step up and get that gigantic win, to have a performance like that, props to him. Much respect. A heavyweight that truly worked his way up in the division, much like Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos when they first started out in the UFC. As for Werdum, yes, that was a very questionable strategy at the end of the fight. It was a fight-ending strategy. I'm going to run right at a guy that is dangerous at striking. That broke Junior Dos Santos' face. Yeah. But you know what? I've seen on Twitter all this stuff about, oh, well, you know, it's debatable now. Fabricio Werdum's one of the all-time greats. The guy submitted Fedor. The guy submitted Cain Velasquez. The guy took out Mark Hunt. He is one of the greatest grapplers to ever go into mixed martial arts. He beat Travis Brown. He finished Big Nog, who, by the way, is going to the UFC Hall of Fame in the Pioneer Wing, so congrats to him. He destroyed Roy Nelson. He's beaten Alistair Overeem. He's beaten Bigfoot. I mean, what do you want from him? What do you, honestly, what do you want from him? The guy's beaten the best of the best. And seriously, you don't get better than Cain Velasquez and Fedor when it comes to MMA heavyweight history. So I don't want to hear anything about this guy, you know, being overrated or, oh, you can't consider him one of the all-time greats. Was he relatively inactive the last couple of years? Has it been infuriating to only watch him fight like 3 times in 3 years? Yes. His fighting schedule has sucked, whether it's on his part, the UFC's, circumstance, whatever. But to hate on his legacy? Okay, the record books will say that this man beat Fedor, Cain Velasquez, and finished Mark Hunt. 3 guys who, are really hard to finish. So, enough of that. Anyway. We had Vitor Belfort versus Jacare Souza. Jacare got the win via TKO in round number 1. Straight up domination. Vitor, I think he's about 38 now. Tough, man. Tough. I see his career winding down. He's still a dangerous guy. He's still a guy who would put in maybe some fun, like Legends fights, if you wanted to do something with him and say, you know, Anderson Silva. Maybe if Chael Sonnen were to come back, I think those would be kind of like, you know, fun fights for him with some name value. But as far as him being a top contender, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon because obviously he lost to the number 2 guy in the world. But I think the days of being a top contender are winding down. Although he was ranked number 3 here, so you know, I don't want to write him off too badly. But Jacare at 36, getting the biggest win of his career in Brazil against the guy that he grew up watching. Hell of a performance by him. He called out Luke Rockhold. Those guys had a very, very close fight back in the day in a strike force. Luke Rockhold did end up getting the win, but it was very debatable. So looking forward to seeing Souza versus either Rockhold or Weidman, the winner of the UFC 199 main event. We had Cris Cyborg destroy Leslie Smith via TKO. This was a catchweight bout at 140 pounds. Not really sure why Cyborg can cut to 140 but can't cut to 135 and make significantly more money. And then after she won via TKO, she did not even call out Ronda Rousey or Miocic Tate or anybody really, which to me was just preposterous. It's almost like this chick is such a talented fighter, been such a great talent for years and years and years and years and years. Yet she's allergic to wanting to make seven figures. The amount of money she would make in one Ronda Rousey or Miocic Tate fight, assuming it's on a pretty high position in the right platform, and if it's Rousey, she definitely is. But if it was Miocic Tate, she'd still make a lot of money. I mean, it's insane. She'd probably make more money fighting Rousey or Tate once with the right hype in the right setting than she would in the last 5 to 10 fights for Invicta. I mean, it's preposterous. But hey, maybe she was caught up in the moment. Maybe UFC will still end up booking Cyborg versus Rousey, which would be awesome. But I'll believe it when I see it. Rounding up the main card, we had Shogun beat Corey Anderson via split decision, close fight. Corey Anderson did take him down quite a bit, but wasn't able to do much. And the theme throughout the fight was Shogun would hit some devastating shots, but it would be in the last 10 seconds of each round, so he couldn't finish him. But it was a solid fight. And Brian Barberena, the first non-Brazilian to win, defeated Warley Alves via decision, 29-28 across the board. We had Damian Maia in one of the best performances of his career just dominate Matt Brown on the ground and finish him 431 of round number 3. And Matt Brown is a tough guy, hadn't been submitted in 5 years. I thought this was going to be a closer fight than it was. Matt Brown was coming out swinging in round number 3, but just couldn't stop the takedown and couldn't stop Damian Maia. We had Thiago Santos finish Nate Marquardt in round number 1 via knockout. Whew, that was rough. Francisco Trinaldo beat Yancy Medeiros in a great fight via unanimous decision. You guys got to go out of your way to see it. They'll probably replay the prelims on Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports 2. We had John Lineker via unanimous decision for Rob Font. We had Lil Nog finish Patrick Cummings TKO round number 1. Big Nog came in to embrace him. It was just a great moment. It's too bad it was on Fight Pass, but this was a great moment. Sergio Moraes beat Luan Chagas. Well, actually, no, it was a draw. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong result here. And then Hanato Mokano beat Zubaira Tugugoff. I probably butchered that, but I'll just say Zubara via split decision. So not much really on the Fight Pass prelims outside of the Lil Nog fight. I wish it was on FS1 or on the pay-per-view, but overall, a pretty entertaining card. I'd say going into, the catchweight fight with Cris Cyborg and Leslie Smith, it was kind of lacking. I mean, the crowd energy was there, but I don't know. I felt like it was missing a little something, but when Cyborg came into the cage, got that finish, I felt like we really witnessed something special. Jacare beating Belfort was a great moment, and of course, Stipe Miocic getting the big win in round number 1. So overall, I'd give this pay-per-view a thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I kind of wish I was there. I mean, it's a wild scene in Curitiba, Brazil, but I want to hear from you. What do you think about UFC 198? What did you think about UFC 199? All the hype for that fight with Rockhold and Weidman, as well as the co-main event, Faber versus Cruz 3. Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us, Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, take care, and don't forget to subscribe for more MMA updates.